National Football League action.
We're going to run the ball, we're going to pass the ball, we're going right down this field, and we're going to score.
Over zone. 4, 3, set, camp. Boy, the gears in that guy's mind didn't mesh for a long time, I'll tell you that. He tripped me.
Program lineup. There needs no ball players. Their program lineup. Hey, Washington!
Big down. All right, there we go. 4, 3, set, drive up.
Right into the end zone. Touchdown.
Good evening. Wouldn't it be nice to be in Mission Bay, California? 80 degrees, sun breaking through, while here in Britain, winter's on the march. Well, we'll be taking you there in just a few minutes to see the Seattle Seahawks do battle with the San Diego Chargers. Now, this game can be considered a local derby in the NFL, even though the teams are separated by 1,000 miles. Now, this is a really important game, as there's a good chance that the Chargers and the Seahawks will be neck and neck throughout the season. And with the playoffs in mind, tonight's winners will not only have a points advantage, but also a massive psychological boost. Earlier this season, the two met, and it was a close-run thing.
The Seahawks, leading 27-10, held out for a 34-31 victory, with Fouts getting 348 yards for 3 TDs. The Charger offense always seems to be ready to strike. Ringmaster of the passing circus is quarterback Dan Fouts. Last year in the 9-game shortened season, he threw 330 passes and connected on 62% of them. That's a lot of throwing. 11-year veteran, he has shown remarkable durability for the amount of punishment he takes after the pass.
Well, few other teams have suffered as much upheaval as the Seahawks in the last year. At the start of last season, the team was in chaos and near mutiny. Their ex-players' union leader was fired, and the then coach, Mike McCormack, imposed massive fines on players. McCormack was replaced by Chuck Knox, and a new running back came into the team, the explosive Kurt Warner. If Warner, prone to hamstring trouble, remains fit, he could do for the Seahawks what Marcus Allen did for the Raiders. Quarterback Jim Zorn could benefit if Warner proves to be as good as predicted. Zorn is a somewhat inconsistent player, and at the beginning of the season there was a question mark over his future. So now he has to perform well if he's to keep his place. Also look out for their wide receiver, Steve Largent. He's led the club in receiving for 7 straight seasons. We join our commentators Reggie Rucker and Jay Randolph with Seattle in blue in command of the football at the 23-yard line. There's 7 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Young and Largent to the near sideline, and that is Largent going in motion now to the far side, and out of the shotgun it's Jimmy Zorn throwing and incomplete. David Hughes had it. The Chargers want the football, but Hughes didn't have it long enough for possession. He lost it. Mike Green, 58, Lyndon King, 57 on the coverage. We'll take a look at the overall Charger defense right here.
Well, let's take a look at the underneath coverage. You'll see David Hughes hook up in an option pattern and should have had this ball and didn't catch it. Strictly a drop.
Jeff West to do the punting. He's averaging 37.9. Brooks downfield, watches the ball bounce, and along the 45-yard line, the Seattle club says they have the ball, and they do. It must have been touched, and one of the Seattle players picked it off. Bruce Laird, number 30, was down there for the Chargers. It may have hit Laird, and Seattle's going to get the football. A big turnover here, and Don Coryell doesn't like it one little bit.
Well, there's a call that's usually made when the players on your team cannot see the ball. It's heads up or whatever they call it. Everyone should look up and find the ball, because that ball bounced and hit the shoe of one of the San Diego Chargers, and very costly play.
It was Michael Jackson, 55, that came up with the ball after it apparently had ricocheted off Bruce Laird. So the turnover gives Seattle the football at the Charger 46-yard line. 7:25 to go in the first quarter.
It's a dangerous play, but heads-up football players should always know where the football is located.
Warner and Hughes in the backfield. Zorn out on first down, trying to get it to Kurt Warner. He couldn't handle it. And Lyndon King, the linebacker, number 57, was coming in hard. Andre Young, number 49, also had the coverage. Warner, number 1 draft choice, 41 Penn State records. Penn State winning quite a controversial game from Alabama yesterday at State College, Pennsylvania. Warner 3 for 11 in the early going. Harold Jackson goes to the far side, Largent to the near side. 2nd and 10. Out of the eye, Zorn throwing downfield, complete to the tight end, Charlie Young, and Young has a big first down at the 21-yard line. It was Charlie Young going against Andre Young, and also the linebacker Billy Ray Smith, number 54, out there with Andre Young, 49.
Charlie Young is 6'4", has a lot of experience, recognizes the zone in the middle of the field, takes it up the field, makes a good catch, knows he's going to get hit, protects the football.
A lot of experience, you're right, with Philadelphia, with the Rams, with San Francisco. Played his college ball at USC.
And I never could understand why certain teams let him go.
It's a first down, and Zorn gives it to Warner. Warner is brought down as Lyndon King again comes up to make a fine play. King seems to really be firing in from that left outside linebacker spot. King, number 57, played for Sarkis Arslanian at Colorado State, and he has led the team in tackles in 81. He's the top sack man right now with 3.5 in this young season.
Well, if the San Diego Chargers are going to stop this offense of the Seahawks, they have to shut down Warner. Warner and the Seahawks controlled the ball for 40 minutes in the last game. The Chargers are determined not to let them do it this time.
2nd down, about 12. Zorn to put it up over the middle. There's the tight end again, Charlie Young, and Young short of the first down as he got it inside the 15-yard line. The rookie linebacker, number 58, Mike Green, who played at Oklahoma State, made the play.
Now, as I told you, they're trying to stop Warner, so the linebackers are up tight. That means no one's in the intermediate zone, so the Seahawks are going to Charlie Young behind the linebackers. Good strategy.
Young has caught 3 passes for 78 yards here in the early going. Here is 3rd down and 4. And Zorn, penalty marker goes down. Zorn going for the end zone, and a great catch by Largent. Touchdown if it stands. There is a penalty marker down.
In the end zone, there is a penalty flag.
What a catch by Largent, but there is a penalty marker down.
What a remarkable fingertip grab by Steve Largent.
Essick and McKenzie may have moved on the left side. We'll wait and see. Illegal procedure will nullify the touchdown. Well, we're going to show you this catch again. It's worth looking at one more time, isn't it?
Let's watch Largent. He is a very scientific receiver of moves and feints, and he gets around the cornerback there and cuts down the angle by coming back inside. That makes the catch all the more remarkable.
Offense, 3rd down.
After the Seattle offense takes a step back from the line of scrimmage, number 64 takes a step forward. Any offensive movement immediately prior to the snap of the ball is illegal. The touchdown is disallowed.
That was the 3rd penalty already against Essick in this game.
Unusual for a Chuck Knox team.
3rd down and 9. Zorn is 6 out of 9 for 98 yards. Out of the shotgun this time. And running for his life at the moment. Throwing on the run. Complete at the 2-yard line to Byron Walker. Walker, number 89, who was in there as an extra wide receiver. Reuben Henderson, number 20, on the tackle. 1st down for Seattle.
Well, it's a nickel coverage.
This was a good throw on the run, wasn't it?
Very good. Nice play there.
Ball spotted down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal to go for the Seattle Seahawks.
Byron Walker made a similar play last week against Cleveland from that formation and turned it into about a 40-yard run. Key play in the game.
That was his 4th catch of the season. Dornick and Warner in the backfield. 3 tight ends in the game, and the handoff to Dornick. He gets about a half a yard. Dornick, who came over for the Giants in the 79 trade. 60 yards this season coming into today's game at a 2.5 average. Johnson, 79, Kelcher 74 on the tackle. We'll call it 2nd and goal to go from about the 2. Hardly any gain at all. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score, and Seattle threatening here to get on top first. Buffalo and Miami, we understand, are in an overtime, 35 all. Here's Seattle trying to get on the board. And Zorn throwing, and it is caught. And the catch made by Charlie Young. Penalty marker down. Hold it. Penalty marker back at the 7-yard line. And this is going to wipe another one out, I believe.
We're going to have an illegal procedure, I'm sure.
It might have been Warner. Illegal procedure, and Chuck Knox has got to be beside himself. He's seen his club score twice, and both of them have been waved off.
Well, sometimes when you make those kinds of errors, it reflects on the head coach, and I'm sure he's not happy with that.
5 penalties now for 25 yards as you look at number 28, Kurt Warner, out of Penn State. And the ball now out of the 7-yard line where it is 2nd down and goal to go.
Woody Lowe made a smart heads-up move by not putting his hands up and getting face mask called on him.
Seattle's lost a couple of touchdowns. They'll try again. Looks like the Chargers are coming. Zorn going for a touchdown. This one's going to stand. Harold Jackson. Jackson making the catch as he whirled around in front of the rookie Danny Walters. Did quite a number on him.
Well, here's what 16 or 17 years in the National Football League will do for you. Harold Jackson matched against the youngster. No match whatsoever. He turns Walters around and wide open. Harold Jackson, number 29.
3rd time is the charm here.
Well, Zorn is looking for him all the way, and I'm sure that they're looking for Walters, and I'll tell you, it's tough in this league when you haven't been around that long.
Zorn will hold for Norm Johnson. The point after from the 2nd-year man from UCLA is up, and it is good. So we have our first points on the board. Zorn, 8 of 11, 122 yards, and the touchdown.
Seattle 7, San Diego 0. Into the 2nd quarter, and Seattle threaten again.
Passing yardage in the first quarter, Seattle 133, San Diego 66, 3rd and 11 from the 48-yard line. Again out of the shotgun. Zorn steps up, throws, got a man. It's Warner for a first down at the 30-yard line. Warner down the middle between the seams. Ken Green and Woodrow Lowe, 28 and 51 on the tackle. But a big first down play.
Now, Kurt Warner shows me something here. He's a football player because he knows that when you catch the ball in this part of the field that you're going to get hit and hit good. First of all, it's a very well-run route. And now watch this. Bang! Right in the face mask area, and he maintains possession.
And he's shaken up a little bit. Warner has come out of the game. They've got Hughes in there now. Warner 5 carries for 17 yards, 3 receptions for 26. That's David Hughes. And Hughes getting to about the 27-yard line before he is pulled back.
The Chargers are allowing the Seahawks, Jay, to dictate to them
Gary
this
Johnson 79 and Ferguson 76 on the tackle. We get word that Largent has a twisted knee. He probably will return. Warner is going to return right now, and Hughes will come out. 7-0 Seattle. Seattle 2nd down and 9 at the Charger 27. Young has caught 3, Warner 3, Walker 1, Dornick 1, Largent 1, and Jackson 1. And Zorn going to put this one up. And out it comes to Warner. Warner's at the 25, the 20, stepped out of bounds just short of the first down. Mike Green, the rookie number 58, the inside linebacker, was bearing down for him. They did a nice job of setting this one up, Reggie.
Yeah, the trick here is to hide, maintain some kind of hidden place behind one of the big guys and then pop out of there and run like heck.
Warner do that on a count, goes in there and stands.
They usually will count to 1,003 or so and then take off.
Third down and 1. Warner and Dornick in the backfield, and the pitch comes to Warner. Dornick leading the way. He's got the first down and more. He's inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. And the rookie linebacker, Billy Ray Smith, made a big tackle at the 9-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal to go for Seattle.
That's what surprises me about Kurt Warner. Because of his size, he's about 5'11", 205, but he gets hit within the confines of the line of scrimmage, and he seems to invariably break through for 3 or 4 additional yards. That's great running.
Bill Elko, number 90, big 280-pounder from LSU, started last week. Ackerman is injured. Of course, Kelcher getting the call today, but Elko is now in there as they beef it up. Warner, the single setback to the 5, still going down to the 2. Warner, just 5'11", but he packs a lot of strength on that frame, 205 pounds. It was Woodrow Lowe again who made the tackle, the ball between the 2 and the 3-yard line. Mike Green was also in there to make the play for the Chargers. And now Kelcher is going to come back on defensively for the Chargers as they bring a defensive back out. They've got both Kelcher and Elko in the middle. And it is going to be 2nd and goal to go just inside the 3-yard line with 10.5 to go in the first half. Seattle leading 7-0, trying to get more. Pitch to Warner. Warner finds some running room and gets there. Another one for him, and Seattle leads it 13-0.
Absolutely fantastic.
Nice blocking there by Dornick, but it takes a 6th sense for a back like Warner to know where to go.
Well, if they created a statistic for yardage after hits, this guy would have to lead the league in only his first season because he is just determined.
See the continuous effort there? Boy, wasn't that something?
That's at Penn State training.
So now the point after, Norm Johnson with Jim Zorn to hold, and this sellout crowd very quiet here at Jack Murphy Stadium. Johnson's extra point try is up, and it is good. And we have 10:21 remaining to be played. First half here in San Diego, and the Seahawks 14, the Chargers nothing. This is the best field position for San Diego to start a drive. And Fouts throwing and completing nicely to Chandler. Chandler's been open there in front of Keith Simpson quite often this afternoon. And it looks like they've got a first down near the 44-yard line. They do, with 5:19 left to play in the first half. Muncie speaking there with Dan Fouts. Fouts, a number 3 draft choice back in 1973. And he has been the man who has made Air Coryell go here in San Diego or wherever they played. 10 out of 13, 99 yards and the interception. Duckworth is in the game now, 82. Fouts hustling and incomplete. He had to throw that ball very quickly. Duckworth tried for the one-handed grab. Bruce Schultz, number 58, on the coverage.
Despite the distractions around Dan Fouts, he is clued in on his receiver. This is the thing that has made this guy such a great performer. That singleness of purpose. Man is right in his face, grabbing, clutching, clawing, and Fouts still gets the ball away.
He's a cool customer out there. Very cool indeed. Duckworth, Chandler, and Joyner in there. It's Joyner and Chandler to the far side. Duckworth here to the near side. 2nd down and 10. Seattle in a prevent defense. Fouts over the middle. Intercepted. Coming back, Kenny Easley. Easley picks it off at the 32-yard line. And for Easley, his 8th career interception, the 2nd of this season. And the Seahawks thwart another Charger opportunity.
One day in 81 against these guys, he had an 80-some-yard kickoff return, or interception for 80-some yards. Fantastic performer defensively. He's almost an offensive player playing defense.
I remember Kenny Easley having a very good game against your Cleveland Browns in a game that I did in the Kingdome a few years ago.
That's the game I was alluding to.
Oh, boy. He was something else. Fouts picked off again. And Seattle gets it back. 5 minutes to play in the first half. They lead it 14-0. Operate from their own 33-yard line. Warner trying to get outside, pulled down as he got near the 34-yard line. The play made over there on the far side by Ken Green and Andre Young. Green 28, Young 49. Hope you're enjoying the sights and sounds of the NFL. Crew headed up by producer Ralph Abraham and director Dick Klein. All the gang bringing you the action from here in San Diego. That complete to Byron Walker. Walker, number 89, making the catch, and then Billy Ray Smith, 54, and Andre Young, 49, on the tackle. First down at the 48-yard line. But up to now, the Seahawks have had it their way as the Chargers have had problems. Zorn on the run. There's the tight end, Young again. First down inside the 30-yard line. Young has been open quite often when Zorn has decided to roll out. Andre Young, 49, on the tackle, and the fans here don't like it a little bit.
This is an excellent play because, for one, Zorn can run. He gets out quickly on the corner. He puts pressure on the linebackers. They don't know whether to come up or go back. They come up, and he throws the ball behind them. Charlie Young, once again, in those seams, and, man, can he run with the ball.
And he ran that one down to the 29. Young has 101 yards on 4 receptions. Zorn wants to throw on first down. He does. It's complete to Largent, and Largent steps out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Danny Walters, the rookie, 23, knocking him out, but a nice pickup on a first down play.
Not pretty, winning ugly, maybe it's called.
Winning ugly's become very fashionable lately, hasn't it?
As long as you win.
I suppose that's right. It'll be second down and 4 at the 23-yard line with 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in this first half. And there's Warner again. And Warner is very close to a first down. Warner has averaged 4.7 yards a rush in his rookie season. We can look for about 90 yards in rushing today from Warner. Entering last week's game at Cleveland, he had averaged exactly 91 yards in his first 4 regular season games. Seattle 5 out of 9 in third down conversions, and that's Dornick. Dornick's got the first down and a lot more near the 11-yard line. Ken Green brought him down. The key right here, it would seem to me, Reggie, is this offensive line of the Seahawks. Bush, McKenzie, Pratt, August, and Essink. They are getting the job done in there. First and 10 at the 11-yard line. And Zorn wants to throw and does, and completes it out at the 2-yard line. Largent. Beautiful timing on those patterns when Zorn and Largent hook up. Andre Young, the man they're working on there, and it is going to be a pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. 2nd and 2 for the touchdown with 1:55 to go. Kelcher coming back in defensively for the Chargers, trying to beef things up in the middle. Warner and Dornick are in the backfield.
I've never seen cornerbacks give that much cushion in this situation.
The pitch to Warner. Penalty marker is down. Warner has a touchdown. Let's see what the call is.
Kurt Warner, the ball carrier.
Offside against the Chargers is the indication. Touchdown, Seattle.
Penalty flag on the field.
Kurt Warner. Warner now with 7 touchdowns on the year.
Well, we've been telling you that Kurt Warner is just unstoppable
Offside,
during the first hit.
79 defense. The penalty is refused. Touchdown.
It is a touchdown because Kurt Warner is just a very fine outside runner and gets on the corner very quickly.
Call went against Gary Johnson on the offside. So this crowd here at Jack Murphy Stadium stunned at the moment as their club is about to be down 21-0 if Norm Johnson kicks the point after. Zorn holds and Johnson converts it. And with 1:50 seconds left to play in this first half, the score on the board is a very surprising one, 21-0.
San Diego returned the Seahawks kick to the 41-yard line. That's where we rejoined the action.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Seahawks. Chargers trying to get something going before we come to halftime. Winslow set to the far side, 2 wide receivers to the right. Bounce has to come to the short man, Brooks, and Brooks is in deep trouble. And he has run out of bounds for a loss of 2 yards on the play as Keith Butler, the linebacker, did an excellent job. We told you Merriman was in there, but Butler came back in. Green and Bryant at the ends, and Robinson and Butler, the inside linebackers. Scholl and Jackson are on the outside. Clock stopped with 58 seconds remaining. Don Coryell, the head man of the Chargers, is to be a very disappointed head coach right now. His club, big win on the road last week against the Giants. Trouble at the line of scrimmage. Tuiasosopo in a hurry. And a little shoving and a little hitting, and penalty markers go down. I don't know why anybody would want to hit anybody in the face mask, but that's what happened.
Well, when this type of thing began, Jay, I always got off to the side somewhere so they would not hit me, because I couldn't take a blow like some of the big guys are capable of delivering. But you should never lose your composure in a situation like that. I'm sure this penalty is going to go against Tuiasosopo.
Well, let's see if we got one against Tuiasosopo. We figure we do. We might have one the other way, too. Let's see. Illegal procedure against Seattle. Personal foul against Seattle. Personal foul against San Diego. No play.
Well, see, I don't like that. I don't agree with the officials there. Tuiasosopo lost his composure. He should be penalized.
Now, Tuiasosopo jumps offside, and he's in trouble, and he's a little embarrassed.
You know, he knows he's offside. Why doesn't he stop?
Ed White, number 67, got him.
Personal foul, offsetting fouls, continuing action, replay.
Now they're exchanging a few pleasantries about each other's family, and bang.
Oh, yeah.
Now see, that's flagrant.
Yeah, White was just being involved there. He was just around the situation.
I used to go in there and call those guys a bunch of names because I couldn't do much about it.
All right, 2nd and 13 at the 44-yard line. Duckworth, Chandler, Joyner are all in there. Fouts is in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 44-yard line. Leading the way, Jeff Bryant. Now here comes some more penalty flags. Tuiasosopo. And now Ed White's back into the scene there, and I think there will be a call against Tuiasosopo.
And I would label this as conduct unbecoming of a professional football player, because Tuiasosopo, look at Chuck Knox. He is livid.
But Knox is going to get Tuiasosopo out of the game. He is calling him to the far sideline. Personal foul. Tuiasosopo is having it explained to him there that he needs to cool down a little bit.
Well, he's saying, look, we've got a 21-point lead. You're putting the football team back in the game. I've seen games where incidents like this have been the catalyst for other teams to come back. And there's no place on the field for this kind of behavior.
That's George Dyer, I believe, there. Dyer, the defensive line coach, who was chatting with him. Here's the penalty. And it's going to give the Chargers still an opportunity to do some good.
But if you ever want to know how tough you are, let's listen to Tom Dooley.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 74 defense, first down.
Oh, it's going to be a first down. You were making a point about how tough you can be.
Yeah, if you ever want to know how tough you are, get in the middle of a fracas between those big guys during a game and see how heated it is, and you'll say, oh, man, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
That's a little out of my league, I know that. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line, 53 seconds left. Joyner at the top of the screen, moving down the field left, and the throw over the middle, complete. That's Eric Sievers. And Sievers all the way to the 12-yard line and a first down. Sheldon Robinson on the tackle. Timeout, Chargers with 44 seconds left. Well, I said that all of that activity there gave the Chargers an opportunity. They're fired up now, and they get a big play as Fouts and Sievers get together.
Fouts once again looking down the middle. This is a read pattern. Sievers does exactly opposite of what the defense is doing. Makes a catch. Watch him protect the football. He knows that football at this point is crucial. Very good play.
Well, Luther came in last week and did a nice job. Ed Luther from San Jose State taking over as Fouts tries to gather himself. It is 1st and 10 at the 12. One timeout remaining. Luther going to put it up. He does. Almost intercepted. He was trying to go to Kellen Winslow, and John Harris almost picked off another one.
Poorly thrown pass. Not unusual. Luther's been sitting on the bench. He's not warm. He is not in game condition. And Winslow had the defensive back beaten, but the ball was thrown behind him.
You see the right thumb in a cup there of ice. We understand that it is not a problem with the left wrist, but the right thumb that was jammed as it hit a helmet, and he's going into the dressing room. Luther's trying to get his club on the board. Here's it to Winslow. Touchdown, San Diego. Ed Luther takes over for Fouts, finds Winslow, and gets the score with 34 seconds left in the first half.
If Ed Luther is going to throw the football like that, with the velocity that he just threw this football, I think that Don Coryell has a real big decision to make. Should I go with Luther or should I go back to Phelps?
That decision will be made at halftime. First career touchdown pass for Luther. Rolf Benerschke to attempt the extra point with Luther holding. So here at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego, we have the Seahawks leading it 21-7. And to the third period. Here we go. Brooks coming up at the 1. The 10, the 15, the 20. Up the middle. Almost broke it. Got to the 30-yard line. If he'd have been able to step to his right, he might have been able to do the job. Dufek, though, was there, the safety man, number 35. Well, the Chargers have Dan Fouts at quarterback. They'll have Brooks and Muncy in there. Winslow, you see back out there, along with Joyner and Chandler. Masick at center, a very underrated center, number 62. Doug Wilkerson at left guard, coming back from a broken left arm. Ed White, Gissinger, and Shields. On first down, Fouts wants to see how he can throw, and his receiver fell down. At the 38-yard line, Charlie Joyner went down. Michael Jackson, the linebacker, was isolated out there with him. That's Chuck Muncy. And Muncy to the 34-yard line, where Jeff Bryant, 77, and John Harris, 44, made the tackle for the Seahawks. Short of the first down. Opening moments of the third quarter. You saw Muncy. Muncy's shaken up a little bit as we look in at Fouts. Muncy coming off. Don Coryell there with him. Rick McDonald, the head trainer for the Chargers. See where he took the shot here.
He probably falls on the football, which is the most common thing to do.
Here's a pass out to Wes Chandler, and Chandler is just shy of the first down, it appears. Kerry Justin, 26. Greg Johnson, 27, running him out over there. That's Winslow in motion, and the give to Brooks. He's got it. He hurdled across the 40. Jacob Green, number 79, on the tackle. Oh, it's at the 41-yard line. Brooks from Auburn. We mentioned his wife had a baby in Georgia, and he's just returned this morning from down there. Here it's 21-7 Seahawks. Fouts using play action. Going long downfield. Duckworth there. Touchdown, San Diego. $59 yards. Fouts to Duckworth.
Bobby Duckworth, the fastest receiver on the San Diego Charger team, runs a very nice pattern.
Chuck Knox and his assistants.
Duckworth runs an in and out move in which Keith Simpson is completely mesmerized by the fake, and the youngster can run. And they're jumping here at Jack Murphy Stadium.
They're very much back in the ball game. The extra point try, Benerschke with Ed Luther to hold. The Chargers come out for the second half and get the big play. Fouts to Duckworth. 21-14 Seahawks.
Neither team gained any substantial amount of territory. Seattle punted, and now the Chargers have the football.
Fouts. Complete. And a first down at the 30-yard line. The pass caught by Wes Chandler, and the coverage down there, Kenny Easley. Boy, that was a very big play. This has to pick the Chargers up.
It certainly does, and more specifically in third down situations when they've had to have it, they've been able to come up with the big play, and that's a sign of greatness on behalf of the individuals who are executing those plays. And certainly, Wes Chandler is a great one. That hurts.
5 receptions for a 61-yard total for Wes Chandler. Sun shining brightly now here in San Diego, and the Chargers trying to tie this one up. Quick pitch comes out to Duckworth. Duckworth is to the 23-yard line. Simpson, 42, on the tackle. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Muncy almost broke it for a score. Muncy brought down at the 13-yard line. It was Sheldon Robinson, 57, and Kenny Easley, 45, that saved the touchdown right there, but it's a first down for the Chargers. Penalty markers down, and Fouts thought he might have a free play, but they had blown the whistle before the ball is snapped, actually. Tuiasa Sopo, the call went against Manu, and Chuck is really upset. Chuck knocks out on the field, yelling out to the officials. 1st and 5 at the 9-yard line. Muncy. Muncy cracks into the 5, down to the 3. And he got a tremendous block from number 67, Ed White. Dave Brown, 22, on the tackle. The guards, White and Wilkerson, doing an excellent job there. There's the gun. And the score, 21-14.
Chuck Muncy's run set up the Chargers on the 2-yard line with the score 21-14 in the Seahawks' favor. For the start of the fourth quarter, the team's change ends.
And it is Muncy to the 1. Muncy going straight ahead. Stopped by Butler, 53, and Robinson, 57, and Tuiasa Sopo, number 74. That'll be 2nd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. We're in the opening moments of the fourth quarter. And the Chargers trying to tie this thing up. A touchdown and an extra point would do just that. It was these Chargers that came back in Seattle earlier this year and almost pulled it out. They were down 34-17, lost it 34-31. Up over top, touchdown, Chuck Muncy. Muncy comes limping off. He has the touchdown. It's his 7th of the season.
As extravagant as they are on offense, this is just good old country hardball. You take it right at them, and they got the man to do it in number 46, Chuck Muncy.
Total yardage through 3 quarters, San Diego, 383, 327 for Seattle. Penershka, the extra point to tie it up is up. It's good.
So the score is tied at 21-21. We join play again with Seattle in possession.
Clock running with 2.5 to play in regulation time, 21 all. Jackson to the far side again. Largent to the near side. Handoff to Kurt Warner. Penalty marker thrown in there as Warner got the first down across the 45. Lyndon King and Gary Johnson, 57 and 79 on the tackle. And is it holding against Seattle? It is. Chuck Knox, he is at a very frustrating afternoon. Saw his club go on top 21-0. And boy, is he upset. He is really giving it to the officials.
Offense, Second down.
Call goes against Robert Pratt, the 10-year veteran from North Carolina at right guard. Ball placed back at the 32-yard line. Second down, 13. Wide receivers go out to the left side. They put a slot man right. Largent and Walker both to the far sideline. Out of the shotgun. Zorn throwing. Intercepted. Down the sideline. Andre Young. Andre Young. Touchdown, San Diego. There they are. Celebration time. Andre Young playing for the injured Bob Drager, the second-year man from Louisiana Tech. His third career interception, his first career touchdown. Here it is.
Watch Warner running to the cutout pattern. Young reading this play very well. Jumps in front of a Jim Zorn pass that wasn't thrown very well, and hot puts it down the sideline. I told you we were looking for a hero in this football game, and there you have one.
Andre Young, a 10th round pick out of Louisiana Tech. Benershka, the point after. It is good. Don Coryell, a very happy man. His team down 21-0. Fouts being congratulated. Well, it was a contrasting game. It was 21-0 Seahawks, and then 28 straight for the Chargers to win it. 28-21.
Well, now let's have a look at the rest of this week's results.
LA Raiders 21, the Kansas City Chiefs 20. This touchdown from Stephen Page gave Kansas a 14-0 lead in the third quarter of this game. But the Raiders, as we have already seen this season, can never be counted out. They fought back to grab victory by 1 point thanks to this fortunate recovery of a loose ball by Marcus Allen.
Baltimore Colts 12, New England Patriots 7, and the Colts keep on improving. This 68-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Mike Pagel left Curtis Dickey a catch and carry to secure Baltimore the double over the Patriots this season.
Cincinnati Bengals 14, Pittsburgh Steelers 24. Cincinnati quarterback Ken Anderson got knocked out of the game in the first half, and the Bengals suffered a record 9 sacks as they were overpowered by a rough and tough Steelers defense.
New York Giants 13, Philadelphia Eagles 17. Eagles quarterback Ron Jaworski threw 2 touchdown passes to Mike Quick, this second one making Quick the league's leading yard gainer of the season so far.
Miami Dolphins 35, Buffalo Bills 38. Dan Marino got his first start of the year for the Dolphins. He passed for a total of 3 TDs, including this one to Mark Clayton, which took the game into overtime. But it was all to no avail as Joe Danello converted this 36-yard field goal to win the game for the Bills.
Cleveland Browns 10, New York Jets 7. Former Jet Bobby Jones delighted his home fans by making this acrobatic touchdown just on half-time. Although the Jets fought back, there was no justice as Cleveland's Matt Barr kicked a 44-yard field goal to tie it up in the very last move of the game.
Atlanta Falcons 17, New Orleans Saints 19. In a neck-and-neck game, the Falcons looked like they might hang on to a slim lead that was created by this Stacey Bailey touchdown. But yes, you've guessed it, with 3 seconds remaining, a field goal by Morton Anderson gave the Saints victory.
Dallas Cowboys 27, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24. After getting trounced by the Packers last week, the Buccaneers looked a new team and rocked the undefeated Cowboys with touchdown runs like this from Gerald Carter. But as always, the Cowboys can counter, and Danny White opened up the field for Ron Springs to get them back in the game before yet another extra-time field goal gave them victory.
Detroit Lions 38, Green Bay Packers 14. While the Buccaneers improved, success went to the head of the Packers with the Lions' #1 draft pick, James Jones, hitting them with 3 TDs to cause one of this week's biggest league upsets.
St. Louis Cardinals 14, Washington Redskins 38. Washington outclassed the Cardinals with running back John Riggins rushing for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns, which puts him up to 6th place in the list of all-time rushers.
Chicago Bears 14, Minnesota Vikings 23. The Vikings always had this one under control, finally nailing down the coffin with this 56-yard touchdown by Darren Nelson.
Houston Oilers 14, Denver Broncos 26. The Broncos benched John Elway for this game, and replacement quarterback Steve DeBerg impressed with 2 touchdown passes, including this one to Steve Watson. After yet another defeat, Oilers coach Ed Biles called it a day and handed in his resignation.
San Francisco 49ers 7, LA Rams 10. Eric Dickerson went to the top of the league's touchdown table by getting his 10th of the season with the kind of power rushing which makes him a top candidate for Rookie of the Year.
So, 4 of this week's games decided on a buzzer or in overtime. That must be some kind of record. And talking of records, we'll be having a look at the league standings in a moment. But before we do, let's remind ourselves of how the conference works. The National Football League consists of 2 conferences. The American, that's the AFC, and the National, that's the NFC. Each conference has 3 regional divisions, East, Central, and West. Now, let's have a look at what happens in the NFC. The winners of the 3 National Conference divisions automatically advance to the playoffs and are joined by the winner of a wild card entry game played between the 2 teams with the next best won-lost records. From the semi-finals come the 2 teams who contest the conference championship, the winners representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. Now, the American Conference has an identical selection process to decide its Super Bowl team.
The teams play each other twice during the season and also play games against teams in the other divisions of their conference. In addition, there are some interconference matches. Now let's take a look at the conference standings.
Well, well, who would have believed this? 0-8 last season. The Baltimore Colts now 4-2 alongside strong Buffalo. The Jets will have to get out of New York if they don't win this year.
More surprises in the Central Division. The total collapse of the Cincinnati Bengals allows the improved Cleveland Browns to slip in the back door and lead the division 4 wins and 2 losses.
The Seahawks' loss at San Diego locked Seattle, San Diego, and Denver in a death struggle at 3-3, while the Los Angeles Raiders lead the division at 5-1.
In the NFC East, it's America's team, Dallas, undefeated at 6-0. Watch out for Philadelphia. They could sneak up on some people at 4-2.
Preseason predictions were look out for the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. But the Minnesota Vikings begin to pull away from both of them at 4-2.
The Rams at 4-2 just battered the San Francisco 49ers to open up the whole division. Well, that's our first look at this season's league standings as they're now beginning to take shape. To see how they go through the season, watch this space. Well, today we saw a new variation on the touchdown dance from San Diego. But you may remember the Dallas Cowboys coach, Tom Landry, has outlawed touchdown celebrations. It seems to be working. Dallas haven't lost a game yet this season. So we'll say goodnight with a song for Good Time Tommy and some finger-popping music from Eddie Grant.
Good night.
Good night.
Don't worry, Good Time Tommy. I about decided since Tom won't let them dance in the end zone anymore, they wouldn't go in there.
So I'll be on my way now that I feel your music.